Hey viewers, welcome back to the Petty Chevy Street Legal Legends car build. If you've been following along, you know that I've got most of my electrical work sorted out. I feel as if I'm probably about 90% of the way there. The only thing that's really going to be left on the electrical is to get everything mounted to the car. What's stopping me from doing that? Body panels. As you can see behind me, I have my body panels laid out, so it's time to get back to the body work so I can hang these panels and find out where everything is going to go and hopefully get all the lights sorted out. Let's dive into it. So the biggest thing for me to focus on for getting the body panels hung on the car and sorted and finalized is the front fenders. I still have a little bit of work left to go on the front fenders here on the passenger side. I still have to fix all of these cracks along here and fix the ledge here because there's a lot of material missing on this fender that I have to sort out. As far as the blue fender, I just have to revisit all of my previous repairs, make sure that they don't need any extra attention. That ledge down there probably does need some more fiberglass. We'll work on that. And then the crack on the back of the driver's side fender still needs to be repaired. So I do have some fiberglass resin laying that I still have to do. As far as the rear fenders, there's not a whole lot to them. They're not damaged. There's nothing that needs to be repaired on them. What I need to figure out though is an easy way to affix them to the body so that they can come off easily and they can be serviced or removed without having to drill out rivets every which place. So I'm gonna jump into doing the fiberglass resin on the front fenders. That's what I really want to focus on for today. I've got some fiberglass resin jelly that I can use on the back side of some of my repairs to kind of fill them up a little bit. But mainly we're going to be focusing on getting the fenders actually whole and repaired again. I think what I'm going to do is start on the passenger fender with that ledge system so that I can get that sorted out and squared out and fixed first. Once I had my resin mixed and all of my fiberglass pieces cut, I started with trying to fix this ledge on the front of the fender first. It takes quite a while to get through. I might have to redo it. However, once I'm finished with that, I'm going to move on to the cracks on the rest of the fender and try and get them as fixed as best as I can. I finally have a large enough ledge built up on this fender here after 4 layers of fiberglass. However, I'm having a lot of trouble melding the two in the corners so that they will adhere correctly and not just have a large space that still needs to be corrected later. Still a very big learning curve for me. This is definitely not a DIY for anybody. I just want to show everybody what I'm up to. With the first stage of that ledge repair done to the best of my ability so far, I moved on to the rest of the cracks on the rest of the fender and tried to get them sorted out as well. I have at least 3 pieces of fiberglass to lay over each crack. Okay, so now I have the fiberglass laid on the white and blue fenders, and I will admit it did not go the way I was expecting. I don't know if this is gonna hold, honestly. This is only my third time fiberglassing, and on these fenders is where I've been doing it. So this side was very much more difficult than the other repair that I've done on the corner. There was a lot more material missing out of here. I have my ledge built. There's a little bit of blue tape back there to catch it, but I wanted to let it be able to go in and sink down a little bit so it would build a little thicker. But this is a very hard form for me to figure out. I've got a ledge here and it steps down on two edges, and then it follows a convex curve, which then folds over and folds over again. So what I probably should have done was cut the fiberglass at an angle here and wrap down again. I'm just gonna let it roll and see how it works out. I've got a lot of work and a lot of things to learn on these fenders, but these cracks, I don't know. We'll have to see how they turn out. I put 4 layers on these two, and then 3 on the rest, and then just dumped the rest of my resin on there. I might not have gotten the hardener level correct. The instructions say to use about 10 to 14 drops per batch, but it really seems like you're supposed to be making those in really large batches, because it also says for 1/4 of the can, use 1/4 of the tube of hardener. I'm trying to do everything in small batch because I don't want to waste resin or hardener or fiberglass at that mat. I'll just have to see how it turns out. The other fiberglass turned out okay after I let it sit for a couple days. I'm probably going to do the same thing here, let these fenders sit for a couple days. But while those are curing up, I'm going to jump into trying to figure out how I'm going to get the rear fenders onto the car. So let's just keep rolling on.
Make sure to tune in next time where I start putting everything back together on the car so I can start test fitting my body panels and make sure that we can try and get ourselves one step closer to getting this car back together and complete. Once we can finally figure out our body panels, that'll give us the opportunity to put our headlights, taillights, and turn signals back on, hopefully getting everything complete. Make sure to tune in next time on New Yankee Auto System.